Hi, and welcome to this week's Type 1 Thursday with me, Hanna. Welcome back for another fun chat, because today it's really interactive and I really want to hear your stories because the topic is diabetes and discrimination. It's quite a big topic. I'll let you know what brought this on and everything, but in the meantime, while you're listening to me, please do start typing up your questions, your experiences, your stories about diabetes and discrimination. Have you ever been discriminated against because of diabetes? Let me know. I would love to chat with you throughout this live. So start typing and I'll be letting you know why I chose this topic for today. Because I saw a post this morning on Instagram by my friend Steffi at Pep Me Up Diabetes blog. She has an awesome shop and for pepping up your diabetes, so go check her out. But she posted a very unfortunate ad by the police in Hamburg, which is a city in northern Germany, for those of you who don't know. The headline of this ad is basically insulin or heroin. Wow. Ouch. That's quite a painful thing to be faced with, because I'm sure all of us have a story with being discriminated against, but probably, or maybe most of us, not with the whole police force. So this was very painful to see this morning, and this ad was urging people to call the cops if someone was injecting, because it may not be insulin. And they have since deleted this post, but without an apology, so they are still standing by their decision. So this is what brought it on. And I really wanted to discuss with you to hear your stories with diabetes and discrimination, because we all have them. We have a huge thing going on right now, of course, with Black Lives Matter, and also the discrepancy in healthcare between people of color and white people. And this was something I wasn't quite aware of. I had my suspicions, but I wasn't quite aware of it. So very good thing that this is brought into light. And also, maybe this has happened to you in education or at a workplace or in healthcare, maybe among your family or friends. Share, and we are we'll chat about it, because I have tons of more or less discriminatory. Okay, there's also a spectrum of discrimination, of course, whatever the topic is, not just with diabetes, but there is, of course, a huge spectrum. For example, when I applied to university to do my bachelor's degree, I was advised not to mention my diabetes, as that may have been seen as a negative thing, which I'm not sure about, because diabetes is still part of me. Like, it's part of the package that they would get at that university, but I was advised against bringing that up in my personal statement. Also, I had to say, I love my family, I really do, but whenever I would be moody or thirsty or tired, it was always due to my blood sugar. Like, I could not be these three things without it having to do explicitly and 100% with my blood sugar. So I love you guys, but maybe that's a little, over. I went to one particular nail lady for a while, and I did gel nails, and they never held. And the woman had the wonderful insight that it must be due to my diabetes that my manicure wouldn't hold up for longer than a couple of days. I'm not so sure. I mean, please prove me wrong, someone, if you know better, but I can't really see the connection there. For example, I mean, these are really small things, but it's, this everyday sort of, you are not as good as because you have diabetes comments that can really get to you after a while. Also, as a kid, and especially in high school, I was quite bullied. Also in middle school, but I was quite bullied, both because I had to, because then we had the old insulins, right? That needed, you had to eat at set times for the insulin. You basically had to feed the insulin at set times. And so I had to sneak out of class to go and have snacks. And I had to go sneak out of class to, do all these diabetes things. And, that was a very big thing, apparently, amongst my peers in that class. And I was the only one with diabetes in my school, even until like third grade or something. And so before that, people didn't understand what it was. And then, we were two. And then the good old question of, oh, is it contagious, came up and stuff like that. So there's been a lot, like all throughout my upbringing, small things. When I still did injections, which this was actually a reason why I wanted to try the pump in the first place, so that I wouldn't have to do injections in public anymore, because the amount of times that people have looked weirdly at me, the amount of comments I've had, the snuffs, the sort of, the S, and the clearly not happy with my my performance or what I was doing at the time. Also, a couple of times I have been asked if I was a druggie, so maybe the Hamburg police isn't that wrong. I mean, it could be Heroine. They nowadays come in pre-filled pens. Stuff like that. I think this was at a party, so it wasn't really a big discrimination thing, but it was still, one of those things that get to you after a while. It was when I had my Omnipod, so the patch pump, and I had it on the back of my arm at a party, and this guy comes up and pokes it and asks if it is a nicotine patch. And I'm like, yes, it is. For certain questions deserve clever answers. So I said, yes, I'm that heavily dependent on nicotine that I need a full holder patch of 160 units of nicotine streaming right into my blood flow. Anyway, not a big thing, but those things add up, like I said. And I mean, if it is lighter cases, this is a fantastic opportunity to advocate for type 1 diabetes, what it is, what it does, what you have to do, how to take care of yourself, how to handle it, all of this stuff. But if it is more severe cases, it instantly becomes more difficult to handle. And this is where I want your help as well. In addition to telling me your stories about diabetes and discrimination, also let me know how to handle the severe cases of discrimination and diabetes. I know advocacy plays a huge role in it, which is why I'm so active in it, but what else can we do? Let me know and we'll chat there. I thank you for watching. I will be back next week. See you then.